Hello, this video is to take a look at the key features of Litera Compare. We're going to run through different documents and how we can compare them, the types of output we can get. So let's start here with this arrangement letter that I've been working on. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to compare it against a previous or a different version of the document. So I can do this straight from within Word, from the Litera ribbon. I can head to the compare section. I can simply click on compare and that will launch Litera Compare and drop that document into the comparison files for me. So then I just need to go and grab the other version of the document. Now I can do this using the history pane or the open up the file here, but I can also just drag and drop, or I can even use right clicks to get the file in there. So for example, I can drag and drop this in here. Or I could also use the right clicks in Word, or perhaps with your DMS system, there may be options for that as well, but we can drop those in and we can choose where we want this to go. So for example, if I wanted this to be in the compare modified or compare original, I can drop it straight in there. Now, I've dropped this in. I can even switch these around here if I need to choose which one is my original and which one is my modified. Once I've done that, I can simply hit the compare button and that will run the comparison for me. Now you can see here we have our viewer and immediately we'll open up with the red line. You can customize these settings. These are kind of the defaults I'm working with here. So we can see the compare review pane here. We can also scroll through this, take a look at our red line output. We can see there that we've got some different bits in here now. I can change these options if I wanted to. So we've just got insertions and deletions turned on. But if I wanted to perhaps turn, say, moves on, I can configure these options right here in the session options. So if I chose some different options that I wanted to run, so for example, show moves, I can then just hit recompare. And that will then take care of that for me. So now I've got my comparison and I've made a quick change there. And now I've got moves turned on. So really easy to adjust your settings as you need to. I can also see the original and modified here under these tabs and jump between them if I wanted to take another look. But we can also control this in the layout and have different layout options. So I've got the whole preview pane being taken up by one document. But if I wanted to have a 3-pane view, I can do that. And then we can see exactly which parts of the documents we want to take a look at. And I can also jump through these using the review pane to be able to go through each individual change that we've picked up there. As you can see, that's picking it up in every document. And also in this change list here, you can see that gray bar moving along as I cycle through these. So let's talk a little bit more about this change bar. So this is holding a list of all of the changes within these documents. So we can see where there's been deletions, where there's been additions, moves, etc. And what I can use this for is I can use this to create the next working version of the document. So I've got my comparison here and I'm able to go through and accept these changes. So if I accept them or leave them, then I can then save out a new revised version of the document. So I can get that next working version really quickly. So I can do this here using the accepted checkboxes, but I can also do this within the preview pane here. So if I go back to my layout here that I had before, and if I wanted to say, for example, accept this move here, I can just simply right click on it. I can click on it and then I can reject the change or I can accept it. So for example, that's a reject for that move there. This would be reject change there. Let's also reject and accept that one there. And again, it's just really easy for me to start working through these. So again, I can select a selection there and I can then control what I want to accept and reject. So I can select all, and then I can, once I've done that, I can then save this out as a new revised version. So if I go to the save options here, this can show me that I can save. And if I just wanted to get a red line output of this, I could get that. I could get a track changes even if I wanted to take this out to Word and work on it, track changes, or I can go for my revised version, and that would give me the next working version of the document. So I could save that to the desktop and I can open it up. And I have my new version there. So really quick and easy to get through to a new document. So Now let's have a look at this from a slightly different view again. So maybe I'm working on a couple of documents here. Let's close this one down. Maybe I've got this one over here, and I've got my original here I've been working on. And if I want to take these into and compare them, I can do that here and use the drop down button in Word and compare open documents. So I can choose whatever documents I have open, and I can open these into Litera Compare as well and get that new comparison. We can also send these out if we needed to, or if we wanted to email them perhaps to a colleague for their review. I can simply hit the email button and we can choose the documents that we would like to use here. So if you want to send the original and modified along with a red line, I can choose all of that, and I can even choose the formats that I want to send them in. So remember, these were originally 2 Word documents, but we've all had it where you've sent out versions of the document along with the change report, and the person you sent to has edited the wrong version, and just creates a bit of a wasted time there. You've got to go back and make changes. So what we can do is we can say, well, actually, I only want them to edit the modified, so we'll leave that as a doc, but I'll send everything else as a PDF, and therefore they will only then want to edit the correct version of the document. I can also just do a red line pages as well. So let's say, for example, it's a 1,000-page document, and rather than getting a 1,000-page change report, I just want to get the pages that have changes. Maybe I'm on version 20 of this. I know this document inside out. I'm back and forthing with the client, and I just want to get the pages that they've got red line on them. I can just jump straight to that here and get a red line pages report that will just have those for me. So really quick and easy for us to make that and create a new email along with our documents there. So you can see there, I've got my red line report, I've got my original turned into a PDF, and then I've got the modified there so that then they can get on with editing the right version of the document. So quick and easy to collaborate and share these with colleagues. Now, also, let's have a look at some of the other ways we can compare here. So we can compare Word to Word, PDF to PDF, Word to PDF, PDF to Word, even PowerPoint and Excel. So there's a whole range of file formats we can do. We have OCRing built in. So if you have a scanned PDF and you want to compare that against a Word document, it's no problem. Now, but what if we don't want to compare a whole of a document here? I just want to compare part of one. Well, let's say, for example, I want to compare this section of text here, and I want to use that with, and I want to compare that against another version. Well, what I can do is I can right click and go add to compare. And that will open up the Litera Compare clipboard. So this is a really easy way of gathering snippets of clauses or documents that you just want to be able to compare them. And it may be that you're not comparing a Word document against a Word document. You've had a passage of text sent to you in maybe an email or a note or in Teams, and you want to just grab that text and bring it in. Well, it's no problem. You can use the Litera Compare clipboard to do that. And if I open up, say, another version of the document here, I don't need to use the ribbon to do that again. I can simply select the text that I want to use again, and then just drag and drop it. So this Compare clipboard can be just continually added to and used. And when I've got the sections that I want to compare there, I can just hit the Compare button, and we'll open up a quick red line window for you to be able to see exactly what we're looking at here. And we can see there's a couple of small changes within this in the red line. So really quick and easy. As I mentioned earlier, there's also Excel and PowerPoint comparisons there, which are super powerful if you're using those formats. Being able to have a red line in Excel is super useful. Also we can also offer a cloud compare as well, which is particularly useful for people on the go using Office 365. Maybe it is for users with Apple Macs that they want to be able to use that. So for example, if I wanted to use the compare button, so if I just go here to the home ribbon, I've got the Litera Compare 365 add-in. Go here and choose the files that I would like to compare. Now, obviously, I have a document open here, this arrangement letter, so I'm happy to use the current document as the original, and I just need to browse and select where I want to get my other versions. It could be in the cloud, have it saved locally somewhere. Let's just choose this version 2 here and then compare the two against each other. Now, we can download this and open it up in Word. We can save it to the cloud, but what I really want to show you here is this open in browser. So this is great, as I said, for Mac users, people on iPads on the go, being able to open this report in the browser in the Litera Compare online viewer and being able to work through it. So just like we had in the application, being able to have that change summary list here, being able to view the document, being able to look through and make our exceptions and rejections to the change list. And then when I'm done with that afterwards, being able to either save this out as a PDF, save it as a Word document. I could even save the output as track changes, print it, and choose however I want to get that next revised version after I've accepted my changes. So there's a lot more to show you in this, but this was a really quick overview. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for your time.